An assembly race in Madison will likely be decided next week in the primary. Amy Reid live at the Capitol to introduce us to the candidates to represent the 78th Assembly District. Amy?
Yeah, this is another case of a political outsider challenging an incumbent, but this time the winner next week will likely go on to take the seat.
We have seen the ways in which our state is struggling. We need strong leaders in the legislature and leaders who know how to get things done.
Representative Lisa Subak has been in office since 2015, and she said she prides herself on working for the constituent and doing so across the aisle.
I have managed to work with my Republican colleagues and get a couple of bills passed that make it easier to administer our elections on election day. And so I think sometimes it's those little things.
Her opponent, Robert Slamka, said he got into politics in a roundabout way.
I was a construction worker for a long time, and I had kind of an unfortunate situation that launched me in a direction. Took me to the Capitol, and then ultimately brought me to the idea that I needed to run so I could represent.
When it comes to working with Republicans,
I know that there's leverage, political leverage, in having this information and being able to move forward with it. And I'm rock solid steady on the idea that I will be able to utilize that. I'm not going to say it's blackmail, but I mean, I know that the information that I have is condemning and damning, and with that, I expect some cooperation when I get it.
Both agree coronavirus will be the main focus in the next session.
I think that's probably going to be the biggest issue. I don't think anybody can say, hey, we're going to take 2 weeks away from the coronavirus crisis and figure out, well, you mean, do we deal with groundwater issues? Those are all going to be in the background. Right now, it's going to be getting this thing back on track and getting businesses going again.
And in the fallout from the virus, Subak sees opportunity to tackle multiple issues.
Budgets are about priorities. The reality is, if you look at the amount of money that we invest in our criminal justice system, if we put good, strong preventative measures into place, we could have savings in that criminal justice system.
Again, whoever wins between those two next week will not face a Republican challenger in November and therefore will likely take office. Now, today was the last day to request your absentee ballot, but if you didn't get around to that, there are still options to vote, including going in person on Tuesday.